Now, I added this. This actually glorifies more. I will leave some of that for you, and just to make sure that I can finish it. But just to know, for the non-residential, for residential, I'm going to let it go till it becomes more mandatory. I can get more $49 out of you. And the other one is that the long-term parking, and if you have bicycles, they have to be within a distance. By the way, that 200 feet has to be defined. Well, how does the definition go? Is it on the cold blizzard weather of Alaska with hailing? You know, you're going to go, what, 200 feet in the snow trying to get to the bicycle? No, it has to have proper cover. It has to be proper lighting, etc., etc. So you just cannot simply leave it at 200 feet. So this is defined now. The other one is 5% parking capacity. You got to have it for long-term bicycle parking. In DC, where my daughter has a place, there is no bicycle rack left. By the way, in DC, if you have a car, you're actually making a mistake. There is no parking. So technically, it is forced for you to, a city that forces you to use mass transit, and therefore everybody has a bicycle. Guess what? There is no bicycle rack left, and they have to fight for space. The designated parking for efficiency of low-emitting hybrids, etc., van pool, carpool, very similar to the LEED. So that's there. It's part of inherent part of the system. The energy efficiency, God bless California Cal 24. They've done it. They keep on pressing that ratchet more and more and making it very, very difficult. So I'll leave it to that. That's California Energy Commission. They do a good job. And with regard to the OLTG, outdoor lighting, Cal 24, which you just mentioned, they have a massive control, and don't open up that discussion. One shopping center wanted to change light bulbs around their awnings. The equations, we were calculating for days and days and days to satisfy one guy, because the way you read it. And the Taco Bell has an exterior standard for outdoor lighting. None of it can apply unless you use LED. It cannot work. We have projects that the Taco Bell says, don't do the outdoor lighting. We don't want you to do it. Because we cannot make it comply. So OLTG has its own life. Okay? Now, water savings. Now, what happens is sub-meters for buildings greater than 50,000 square feet or excess consumption beyond 1,000 gallons per day. How do you do that 1,000 gallons per day if you use the people count and there are work tables that you use? You'll be able to use that. The other one is water savings on 20%. Remember, the 1.6 to 1.28, that's your 20%. 1.6 to 1.0 that's your 30%. 0.25 gallon for faucets, right, Joe? 0.25. So you are very, very low faucet use. The shower heads, etc., they're all controlling. That's your water reduction. The water budget that goes with the LDWR landscape ordinance, that's a separate issue, a very, very long element. Generally, if you're taking a test, worry about it. Other than that, look up and let a poor landscape architect make some money. Don't do the design. Spend the money. Outdoor portable water use. You want to make sure that for landscape, you will have a water meter. God bless all the water manufacturers. They just doubled their use by their stocks. And irrigation design, now you're going to have a smart system. You're going to have a little brain that will do the sensor, and based on the sensor, will say, yes, do come on or don't come on, right? And then that has the moisture control depending on the... For materials and resource efficiency, you have moisture control. I don't want to go too far on moisture control other than anywhere that there is no air movement and there is water and a little bit of dirt, not much dirt, you can create life, right? Fungi, the amibes, the little one cell. that's where it is. It's the algae of its old form. Entries and openings prevents water intrusions to the building. That means now you used to have it very, very seal tight for energy. Now you're having super seal tight for water because you do not want the water to enter. The construction waste reduction was 50% we discussed. Excavated soil and sand clearing debris so that the sand, oh, it's too much dirt, let's bring new dirt. No, recycle. They are being controlling that. The recycling by the occupants. The commissioning, that's literally a course on its own. Stay with that. As long as it's greater than 10,000 square feet, you have it. Fireplaces now install direct vents, sealed combustible type, so you can't go to Lowe's and say, oh, I like that one, no more, or no mas, that's English, right? The other one is covering the duct opening, etc. Well, where does that come from? I never forget, I went to a lawsuit, I used to be in a team, you used to go up there, and they said the lint particles are not working, the dryer's not working. Guess what? You raise your hand, pick up a 2-year-old, somebody had some towel when they were roofing that place, right? They had that thing so construction debris wouldn't go. So there was a major lawsuit. So we took that thing out. What is interesting about this one is that you protect them during the construction, you protect all the ducts, etc., so the construction debris will not go in. As soon as you turn on the system, construction debris is all over your fantastic furniture, right? They want to make sure that you are doing some pollution control. It's very, very long, one's called before and after, and you have to do that for before and after occupancy. Environmental control, that goes with the volatile organic chemicals, that's adhesives, sealants, caulks, paints, coating, etc. And then you will have the proper labeling, and if you don't like it, go buy it from Mexico or the other countries, bring it here and use it. Other than that, Home Depot cannot sell it. There was an AB 1953, right? No lead? Yeah. No lead? I believe Home Depot got sued, something to that effect, that they had, after January 1st, they had some products that they were not allowed to sell. And the energy efficiency of the air conditionings, if you see it, you can't buy it. They cannot sell it, so they sell it to the other states that don't have it. If you buy it from outside of the state, no one regulates you. But if you buy a 5-gallon water closet, but that's okay. But someone cannot sell it in this state, and that's how they control it. MERV 8 has nothing to do with Merv Griffin, and this is a MERV 8. What is a MERV? That is a filter like this. It has a minimum efficiency that the particulates are being controlled, and the problem with that, what's the problem with this? Wonderful, wonderful everything, right? This is the filter that your high-end can put now. This is the filter that you will be mandated to put in future. The problem is you got to change the system. All the factories have to modify and have the cartridges so you can insert it and take it out, right? So that's the issue. Soon you will adopt it within the system. Later on, the manufacturer will adopt it inside their units, right? And that very likely that will be caught and they will have it. Smoke control is there everywhere, 25 feet away, stay away from smoke there. Acoustical control is there. Those were from the STC, sound transmission coefficient, plus the fact that it was there from the ordinances. These rooms that you were doing was ordinances, was not in the code. Some of it was in the code, not in full code, but now you have it. From the exterior, you're not sending, when you have your TV on, you're not going to pollute the neighbors because now your windows even will have it. Ozone depletion, what has happened is this, that you have the freons in the discussion that we are going to be looking at very soon. In 1994, all of the grocery stores had to go back and put tons and tons and tons of bells and whistles and identify all their freons into a room. The reason is, so much ppm of that to the individual would kill someone, right? So Vons and Ralphs, they went out there, they were fighting. They couldn't fight it. They had to live with it. They added about $100,000 worth of bells and whistles. Then you came out depleting of the ozones. Then there is another issue which has come, global warming effect that you have. So they got a GWP issue, or GWE, I believe it's GWP issue that was added. So it's getting more cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. One of the seminars that I was just in, less than 3 weeks ago, there are products that you can use. The problem is they don't have a patent on it. And as long as it has no patent, there's no standard. They have to have a patent on it so somebody writes a standard so somebody can make stocks. Their stocks go up. So you call them what? Dow Chemical, right? But there are products that you can use. They're earth friendly. But there are no patents because you can get them in the earth. Very simple. That's the problem. But that's being worked on. Fire suppression system, where is that being used? In the computer rooms, etc., etc. No more halon. You have to get rid of that.